Hey guys, this is Leah with Scott Lori Marketing. In today's tip video, I'm going to show you a workaround on how to actually remove a signer from an envelope to help push the signed form through. So in DocuSign, it does require for all parties to have signed the form in order for that signed form to come back to your Documents tab of your room. Okay, so let me say that again. So if you send a form out, let's say for 3 people to sign that, and 2 people, 2 of your clients, go ahead and sign the form. However, the third party has not signed. Okay, that form will not come back to your Documents tab of your room until that is fully signed by all parties. So if that third party has not done their signing side, the form will not come back to you as signed. Now, a couple things to note on that. When you do get the form signed by certain clients, so let's say with the 2 clients that did sign the form, in your email account, you will receive email notifications from DocuSign letting you know each time that a party has signed. All right, so you can pull up that notification email, and I'll actually show you that. Let me see if I can switch to my email real quick. 1 second. All right, so here is my email here, and this is an example of the notification email that would come from DocuSign. So you can see the sender address right here in case you'd like to pause the video to jot that down and search your inbox by that. All right, each time that a party signs or a client signs a form that you send them, it will send you a notification email with each party's signature. So you'll notice if you scroll down to find the attachment, on each one of those notifications, you will have a PDF with that client signature. So even though both parties have not signed yet and that hasn't come to my DocuSign room, I can always access the form as is, so as a PDF, to go ahead and print this or download it with just that client signature. So let's say that third party instead doesn't want to sign, or the second party doesn't want to electronically sign, they would rather hand sign it. You can absolutely come to the notification email to print that out and bring it to the person to hand sign that. All right, so you have a couple different options as well. So if that third party has not signed quite yet, you can resend it to that client. So you can send it just to the person who has not yet signed. All right, so to show you that, you can come to the Envelopes tab of your DocuSign room, and feel free to pause the video if you need a second to get there. All you'll need to do is open your DocuSign room and go ahead and click on the Envelopes tab. And the Envelopes tab will show anytime that one or a group of forms are sent out for signatures. All right, so here's mine right here that's waiting for others. I sent that off today. So I can click to open that. All right, and so from here, I see that one of my clients have signed. So I see that green check mark indicating that, my first client did their job, they signed, and the time and date they did so. All right, however, I noticed that that fully signed form isn't showing up in my DocuSign room quite yet in the Documents tab because both parties have not signed. So it would take the second client to sign that for that signed form to come back to my DocuSign room fully signed. All right, so you can come up here and click on Resend on the very top. So if you click on Resend at the top here, it will only send it to the people who have not signed quite yet. So the person who has already signed it will not receive the form again, but the person who has not signed quite yet would receive an email to the very top of their inbox reminding them to sign. All right, so that's another great option if you need to push the form through. Now, the third and final workaround or way you can handle this is you can actually remove the final client to push that form through. So let's say in this situation, there are, let's say, 3 parties signing, and you find out that actually 2 only need to sign, right? And those 2 parties have actually gone ahead and signed, but you haven't received that signed form back yet because you still have that outstanding person who has not signed. So I'm going to show you how to actually remove someone from the envelope, which would push the signed form through as long as it's signed by all other parties. All right, so again, I'm in the envelope, right? So I'm in the Envelopes tab of my DocuSign room, and I clicked on the envelope in question to open that up here, and I'll click on the correct option. So this will allow you, clicking correct here, that correct button, that will allow you to edit the envelope details. All right, so you could come down here to the client who has not signed quite yet and actually remove them. So that X will pop up if you hover your mouse over that person. So hover your mouse under the Recipients tab. You will see Seller 1 and Seller 2. I can tell that this person has signed because they're grayed out. This is my client who has not signed quite yet. So I can actually hover my mouse since they haven't signed. This is only available if they have not signed. You can actually X out of them. Right, it's saying that the recipient has assigned fields. By deleting this recipient, you will also delete their fields. Would you like to delete the recipients and fields? Okay, so you can go ahead and click delete. That will remove them from the actual envelope, and you can click send on the top right. So send is kind of like saving it. It won't resend it to the client that has already signed it, all right? But you can click save and close on the top right. Let me refresh here. All right, so now I'm going to come back to the Documents tab of my room, and it'll take a couple minutes, but that signed form should now come through. So now that I have removed the person from the envelope, again, it takes a couple minutes, and then that signed form will come through. And pause the video for literally probably 10 seconds to let that load, and it did. I did have to refresh my page, so you can do that by clicking, the arrow in a circle on the top left. Now it probably takes, I would say on average, 30 seconds to come over after that workaround is done. And I can see that signed form is now in my Documents tab of the room. So this is what it'll look like when it comes over signed. You'll notice it has a screen signed icon, which is different than the original form. So you'll still always have the original form in your DocuSign room with that form icon, the blue form icon. And that's the copy of the form that's editable, so you can open it and start typing in it. But whenever you receive that signed copy back, it will come back as a totally separate PDF with that signed icon. So then you could print it from here, you can download it, right? And to do that, you can simply open the form. That'll show you the signatures, and your document actions will be up here on the top right. That's the icon that looks like a piece of paper with a folded corner, and that'll give you options to download, print it, whatever you need to do forward. And of course, you can add this to your opportunity to submit for compliance review. All right, guys, if you have any questions at all in this process, feel free to shoot us an email, support@scottleroymarketing.com. We'd be more than happy to help you with that. Hope this helps, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, guys.